Seth Godin, you've shipped a lot in your life, and you're going to ship a lot more. What are the broader areas that you'd like to get involved in for the next 20 or 30 years of your life? Or 50 for that matter. You look a young man.
I got 55 years left. That's what I've told people. You know, here's the thing. Some people were born to be 18 and some people were born to be 30. I think I was born to be who I am right now. That this mission of getting people to do the work that they know they should be doing anyway really feels right to me. And I've been doing it for a few years and I have no intention of stopping because it's at the heart of what it means to be a person. Lots and lots of creatures can feed themselves, lots and lots of creatures can defend themselves. But what human beings do that make us unique and distinct is we overcome whatever resistance we have to doing that thing that scares us. And then we ship it. Then we make an impact, a dent in the universe. And when people do it, it changes them and it changes the people around them. So this revolutionary time we live in, and it really is, it's hard to notice when you're living in it, is not about how can we get pickles cheaper at Walmart. That what this time is about is that more people than ever, people in Bareilly, India, or people in Cleveland, Ohio, have the ability to make something that matters. That never used to be true, and now it is. So what are we going to do about it? And I think it's going to take a while for this revolution to sort itself out. And until it does, it's a privilege to be up here rooting people on, cheering them on, trying to get them to overcome that thing that they're afraid to do. And that's at my heart right now.
So there's going to be a lot of people watching this show who are still struggling to realize their potential. Obviously, they should read your books. What else should they do?
They should fail. They should fail often. They should fail small. That if you can fail small frequently, you will discover that it's not fatal. That almost everybody I know who is having trouble overcoming this problem is afraid to fail. You know, I was teaching a kid to ride a bike. He was 12 years old. He'd never ridden a bike. He said, I don't want to ride a bike. Why don't you want to ride a bike? I have nowhere to go on a bike. Well, pretty soon it became clear that what he didn't want to do was fall off a bike. That if he knew how to ride a bike, he wouldn't mind. But the act of falling off the bike was just too overwhelming for him. And addressing that problem is the key. The magic of the net is the cost of failing keeps going down. You know, we made fun of all the bubble companies that crashed in 2000 after blowing $80 million on commercials with socks in them. $80 million is a lot of money to fail with. But now you can fail with $10,000, or you can fail with no dollars. You can put a blog post up that fails. You can put up a small piece of software that fails. And when you discover the failure doesn't kill you, then you're okay. The biggest difference between Google and Yahoo over the last 10 years, by far, is that Google has failed way more often, with regularity and with relish. And Yahoo has been afraid to fail. And that's why Google is Google and Yahoo is Yahoo.
So if failure is a kind of success, is success also a kind of failure?
That's a great fortune cookie. Let me think about that. You know, it depends on what kind of success we're talking about. You know, if, you know, Danny Meyer, a few blocks from here, runs the Union Square Cafe. Every day at the Union Square Cafe is a certain kind of success because he's making a fortune. He's not experimenting with menu items. He's not experimenting with the way he does service as much as he used to because he figured it out. So the Union Square Cafe reaps benefits. You could call that success. It certainly pays for a lot of the things he does. But the real success for Danny Meyer is figuring out how to open a fancy restaurant in Mets, at the stadium where the Mets play, whatever they call it now, Citi Field. Because that kind of success is really difficult compared to the success of one more night at the Union Square Cafe. So I don't think that either kinds of success is a failure, but I know that one has certainly more juice in it than the other. So the goal is to take those successes that pay the bills and keep them going and optimize them, but use that money to make a new purple cow, to make a new thing that creates a new kind of success. I mean, it would be really easy for me to go back to traditional publishers and sell my next 5 books all in one big contract, and then I could relax about it and just write books. But for me, the chance to fail with the Domino Project, the chance to fail with Squidoo, the chance to fail with my blog every day is what makes it worth going to work the next day. And those kinds of successes, when they work, are really special.
Could you ever imagine a world where success and failure didn't exist?
Well, I don't think I could imagine that world if evolution was also present. You know, what we need for squirrels to get better at being squirrels is some of them aren't going to make it. They're going to die, and the other squirrels are going to have more babies. That built into the nature of natural selection is success and failure. We've just redefined success and failure now to be non-fatal. We've made it so you can still have lots of kids and by economic terms be a failure. We've made it so that you could have success over and over again and have no kids. So what we've done is taken this idea that came from evolution, which is that there's competition for resources and some things fit better and others don't, and made it into a sport. And it's a sport you can play your whole life. And the side effect of the sport is it creates productivity, which creates wealth for everybody.